Welcome to the Liverpool Connection podcast. Julian, Chris Delcross, how are you doing today, sir?
Good. Long time no see.
All right, it's been a while. We haven't done one of these for a good couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I know we had the international break and all that kind of stuff, and then we had a game of the weekend, but we couldn't.
Weird time.
We were busy. Yeah, we had stuff to do. But first thing, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, all that good stuff. Now that's out of the way, we played Lask today in the Europa League Thursday. I wasn't able to watch the game live because I was working, couldn't get out of it. So I did watch it when we got home. What's your thoughts?
Good result. Look, started off poorly. Again, kind of wishy-washy, gave the ball away cheaply. Took us a while to get into it. Started the second half much better, scored, and kind of went from there. The good lads came on. The big lads come on, I should say. The big names came on, I should say. And we put it to bed. You put it to bed, and sure, look,
we got the win, right? And that's the important thing. And it gave an opportunity to, Bajetic, his first game for a long time. Harvey Elliott, he played. He hasn't had many opportunities, especially from the start. So we got like a 90-minute performance from him as well. Gravenberch made his debut, and we'll come to him in a minute. Samikas, he's been poor for a long time. He was poor again today. First half, it's a similar pattern. And we've seen this for a while where we've started pretty slowly. I'm not necessarily putting that down to the individual players because this has been various different lineups and we've seen the same thing. So it's obviously a tactical thing that in the first half, we obviously don't, it's not a plan to give up a goal, of course, but it's definitely a plan to maybe conserve energy, maybe don't start like on the front foot, and settle into the game because it's happened too many times. I would suggest that it's more down to the players. I think it's a coaching thing, and it's certainly something we need to work on because we can't keep giving up a goal in games because it's going to come back and hurt us. I'm not sure whether it's it's obviously not planned to go 1-0 down. I don't know whether it's planned to start a little bit slower, but it just seems like Klopp needs to give the halftime team talk at the start of the game, and we could start the game like we start second halves. I think it's probably as long as we don't start the second half like we do the first half and we do it.
No, I don't know. We're just starting slowly, and it's just kind of it's giving away possession cheaply. I think that's one of the more frustrating parts for me, and that's definitely the last two games, the first half of the last two games. We've given that ball away much too cheaply. It's much too difficult to get that ball at that level. We need to keep it better. We need to hold on to it better, pass and move it better. And
it wasn't wholly a surprise today with that many changes.
No.
And a lot of the mistakes that were coming from the players that come in. It wasn't necessarily from the attacker. It was coming from, we saw Elliott gave it away. We saw Bajetic, the Samikas, Gravenberch a couple of times.
Yeah.
So, something to work on. Yeah. But saying all of that, we're winning games, which is always a good sign. But let's talk about Gravenberch. So his first start,
I like him.
By all accounts, he hasn't played a lot over the past year. He hasn't had a lot of minutes. What do you think of his performance?
I thought it was good. It was decent. Again, I think in the first half in particular, there was a few loose passes, a little bit sloppy, giving the ball away a little bit cheaply. But what I really did like, he made me think of Gini Wijnaldum when he's turning those turns, getting out of tight spaces and kind of really looking to stride forward with the ball. Really, and I even texted during the game to the lads I was there, I'm looking forward to seeing him now in like what you would say like the main first team. When that first team is really flowing, I think we've got a real good player on our hands here.
You can immediately tell there is a player there. Yeah. There is someone 100%. That has got bags of ability on the ball, and he's always, from what I noticed from the game today, he's always looking forward. He's looking to make something happen. Now he had a couple of opportunities where he could have slid the ball in. There was one the first half where he got really close with that. There was one in the second half just before he went off injured. There was also the cross for the Diaz goal as well. So you can see there's a player. Now it's a matter of Klopp getting inside his head, figuring out where in the midfield, how he's going to fit in. And he's young, right? There's no rush with him. But there's definitely somebody with qualities there, and you can see immediately how apparent that was. But I was impressed. I thought he did a really good job. And first game. What about Endo? Let's talk about your friend Endo.
Look, I've been kind of harsh on him.
You've been more than kind of harsh.
Kind of harsh on him.
Yeah.
But I thought today he actually did all right, because what I like about him in particular is he just looks to keep it simple. Right? Get the ball, look up, give it to the better lads. Roy Keane made a fucking absolute career out of that. Just stopping the man, stopping the ball, getting your head up and giving it to the good lads. And I think he does that fairly well. So if he can do that fairly well and do it consistently fairly well, I think he's going to end up being all right. I thought today now he did get in the way. He got a few tackles in. One thing that I still think he's very light. He seems very light, and he can get pushed about a little bit too easily for my liking. But I think in terms of like keeping things really kind of basic, tight, simple, get the ball, move it on to the better lads, just do your job. I think he's going to be all right.
And it's early days for him, and he's playing
100%.
in one of the toughest positions in the pitch. So I think it's hard to make a judgment really at the moment. He's settling in. Yes, he's barely played for us. Tough position. The midfield has changed every time. He's played with 10 men when McAllister went off. So, he did all right. Yeah. Whether he's going to be good enough going forward, we'll come to that in a few months' time.
I said this a while back when we first got Gravenberch. I'd actually love to see him in a 2 at the bottom with Gravenberch beside him, where he can do the fucking dog's work, hunt around, because he's real terrier sort of a character. He's busy, he's get in amongst them at all, get the ball, give it to Gravenberch, and let Gravenberch then straight on. I don't know whether we'll get to see that too often, but if it was down to me, that's kind of I wouldn't mind seeing that now.
What's good with today, we were able to give a number of players a break, and we do have some good squad options there. We know we lack as a number 6, but there isn't necessarily a need for that number 6 that everyone was wanting, because the type of players Klopp signed, and we know the hybrid thing isn't going away as well.
Yeah.
It seems to me that we're probably going to see McAllister more often than not, I think, drop into that role, and then with Trent pushing alongside him, and then there's a potential where you could have Gravenberch and Szoboszlai. I mean, what a midfield that could be when you do that. You think of the attack. Think of that. If you have McAllister, you have Trent, you have Szoboszlai, and you have Gravenberch. I mean, if you're playing up front for Liverpool, you're just like...
Yeah.
I mean,
you're
smiling. You go to bed every night. You're just...
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's...
happy days.
Yeah,
Come
no,
on.
it is. And I think Klopp has very much kind of said that, right? He kind of wants to get back to that exciting, attacking style of brand of football. So,
he's got it. Yeah, it's happening.
So we actually may see that on Sunday.
Maybe, yeah, and we'll get to the West Ham game this Sunday in a minute, but we'll probably end the talk about the game today with Mo Salah.
Class.
Came off the bench, and the time he was on, I mean, he was just, he's just sensational. I mean, what his goal is, his ability to read the game, to pick out passes. And he's still underrated. It feels like. I'm not maybe I think the Liverpool fans as a whole, it should be, now realise how good he is, but it still feels like he's someone that maybe still doesn't quite have the respect, because he's one of our greatest players. He's probably up there now. He's up there. You've got Kenny Dalglish, and then it's Salah. It could be numerous players there, but Salah's up there.
Oh, for sure. He's class, and that's why somebody was willing to pay 200 million quid for him, and that's why we were willing to turn down 200 million quid for him, because you're just not going to replace him. He's class. You can't.
I mean, we've said this. There's no one on the planet that can play in his role that you can replace him with. And what you would be doing is, you're selling Salah. Okay, you're getting all this money. Number one, who are you going to spend it on? Number two, you're probably giving up a shot at winning a major trophy this season and potentially a Champions League spot. So thank goodness we have him, and we should enjoy him while he is here, because he is unbelievable, and it's already the way he started the season looks like he's going to have another unbelievable season again. I think he equaled the record today,
42,
right?
yeah.
42 for
most goals
scored by a foreign player for an English
club,
team. Was
yeah.
it Henry?
Henry.
Was it Henry?
Yeah.
So then, and now you're getting into that argument as well as who is the greatest like foreign signing. It's been Henry for a while, and now Salah is 100%. It's definitely in that conversation. If you look at their records, Salah is debatable that this season, by the end of it, maybe he's going to be up there. Yes, we are biased, but hey, that's all right.
Yeah, no, but he is class. And I tell you, just on that, I was looking at it today. I was kind of going through the results of that Europa League. We should be winning that. We really should be looking at that and going, that's more than winnable.
It is more than winnable.
I know there's still a few Champions League teams going to pop in there.
Well, the Manx will drop out, won't they? You imagine,
I don't think they'll even make it. But so there'll be a couple of teams that'll pop in there. But when I looked at the results today and going through them teams, we shouldn't
fear anyone.
No,
that trophy.
Absolutely not fear anyone. We should be looking at it and going, we I don't know what price we are, but we should be favourites.
Yeah, that trophy is there to be won for us.
100%.
It is. So, moving on from that, we have West Ham this weekend, Sunday, 8 a.m. Austin time, 2 p.m. England, back at Anfield. West Ham are all right this season. I'm a bit surprised. They've started the season really well.
They're good.
They beat Brighton,
which
no small feat. Brighton are a very good side. They beat Chelsea, which I don't know what you want to say about that, but they beat Chelsea. They're sitting, I think, in 6th spot in the Premier League. They're looking good. I don't think that's going to, I don't think it's going to be an easy game.
Oh no, by no means.
We should win it, but I don't think it's
we'll
going to be as easy as we would think. West Ham has started really well.
Yeah, I think we'll win. I do think we'll win. But as you say, I don't think it's going to be easy by any means. I think Moyes has got them really playing well. They've lost arguably their best player in Rice, and they've seemed to have replaced him very well. They're playing good football. They're going to be hard beat. Valencia reckons they're going to finish ahead of Liverpool this season. So
Antonio,
was it?
Antonio. I don't mind that. That's all right. I mean, if I'm a West Ham fan, I want to hear that from my players. But it's good motivation for us.
Yeah.
But you say about that. So the Rice thing, and we see it with a little bit with Spurs, with them selling Kane, right? And Spurs look a far better overall side. West Ham with Rice, of course, they won the Conference League last season, and he was fantastic with them. But it feels like they've invested the money really well. Ward-Prowse, I was listening on the radio today, listening to some West Ham fans, and they were talking about how surprised they are at what a good player he is and how energetic he is. Because I think from the outside, if we're looking at it, Ward-Prowse is like, he's brilliant at dead balls. He's got a great free kick, but he doesn't really do anything else, and not many top clubs are linked to him. But he started really well for West Ham, like really well.
I honestly was surprised that he wasn't a name that more clubs would have been interested in to get from Southampton, because he's one of those Southampton boys that they're all very well drilled. They're all very well coached from a young age.
Yeah.
They're good footballers. They tend to do well, and he's got a great free kick, got a great set piece corner. I was a little bit surprised now that more teams weren't in and around him. And he's proven now that with West Ham here that he's definitely slotted in very, very well, and that's the sign of a good player, to be able to go to a club like that, leave a club that you've been for a long, long time, get into the setup and hit the ground running.
I tell you what, if there's any bet to put on this weekend, it's that a goal is going to be scored from a dead ball situation. When you got Ward-Prowse on one team and you got Soboslai, maybe Trent if he comes back on out, because we're we have so many options now at set pieces. It's fantastic. So obviously we saw the changes for the game today against Lask. he's obviously looking ahead to West Ham, thinking about that as well. What do you think he's going to do, firstly, with the defence?
Yeah. So I think obviously Alisson will come back in, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Gomez will go out to right back.
If Trent isn't available.
Yeah, and I think even if he is available, I think that he might be tempted to start him from the bench and introduce him.
It makes sense considering we started Bajetic today and not Bajetic and not Gomez at right back. That also tells me that's what he's thinking
about.
We've
got this. We've thought this before as well. I've got it horribly wrong, but I do think Gomez will start. I probably think the centre half pairing will be the same. Konate and Van Dijk, and then Robbo will come back in at left back. I think that's the 5. I think that's. I would be overly surprised.
I'd agree mostly. I think there maybe is a question mark over Konate after him being out injured, and I know he played today, but he might bring Matip back in, maybe just as an option. I don't think it's guaranteed that Konate will start, just because we know with the problems he's had. But if he's 100% ready, then 100% you want Konate. Of course you do. But that would be the only maybe. You might be thinking about Matip.
I just fancy Konate against Antonio better than I do Matip.
Oh, so do I.
Yeah, so I think
I agree with that.
And then the midfield. Yeah. The midfield is where it's going to get real interesting.
So the midfield is about who's definitely going to start, right? McAllister
and Szoboszlai.
Szoboszlai, right? That's the guaranteed.
Yeah.
That's unless something happens between now and the weekend, they're the two that are going to be on the team. That third spot. You've got Gravenberch, you've got Jones, you've got Elliott, you've got Bajetic, you've got Endo.
Yeah,
so
you probably can rule Elliott out, I would say.
You could rule Elliott out
after starting today. Not that he did, not that he did anything wrong or anything like that. But just probably the fact that he started and played. Did he play the whole game?
He did.
Yeah, so I think you can probably say it's not going to be Elliott.
Gravenberch came off a cramp. I wouldn't expect him to start this game. I think 2 games in 3-4
probably
days
Curtis, right?
is hard. If Curtis Jones is fit, then that wouldn't surprise me.
That's probably who you'll see. I'd say that would probably be the 3: Szoboszlai, McAllister, Curtis.
If Jones is fit, then maybe. Yeah. And then
up front, I think up front,
who's definitely in?
Salah,
right?
And Diaz. I think Diaz is getting to the point now where he's another one where you look and go, you just can't leave him out. He's just fucking mustard. He's just really, really good. So then Nunez or Jota.
Gakpo.
Or Gakpo. So probably, that's, you know what, actually, I think it'll be Diaz, Gakpo and Salah. So go back through it now, the team. Alisson, Gomez, Konate, Van Dijk, Robbo, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Curtis, Diaz, Gakpo, Salah. That's mine.
That's a good team. Yeah. I mean, you would think we have the names, we have the team that's gonna win this game. We just got to fix that first half because we can't. We cannot keep giving teams these opportunities.
Start better and keep the ball better.
Keep the ball.
Keep the ball fucking better.
Yeah.
Make those 10-yard passes. Just make them. Don't be giving it away cheaply. And
it's amazing, really, right? I mean, you look at our record since the turn of, since earlier this year, and we made the shift with Trent. Fucking brilliant. Our results. But it's amazing because when we're watching the game, you're like, oh fuck.
Well,
we're doing it again. But we're winning games, which is a great sign. But still,
the problem with the problem with it is what we were saying last year is it's fine when we have the ball, but the problem is we're giving it away too cheaply, and then we're fucked.
Yeah.
So when you give the ball away cheaply in transition like that, you're caught on the hop. He's out of position, and teams are exploiting that, and that's why it looks super fucking sketch. I think if we can tighten up our possession, play football a little bit better, keep the ball a little bit better, pass it, dominate the ball. I think with this system, you really have to dominate that ball, and it allows Trent then to come in and do that hybrid stuff and do his passes and do all the shit he wants to do. But once you start giving it away like we did at Wolves with fucking... And I know they had excuses, right? They're all away, blah, blah, blah. But Szoboszlai, McAllister, you were just going, we can't even fucking
I was
pass the ball.
surprised. That was a surprise
Yeah.
that McAllister started that game, but well, we won in the end. So,
Yeah. So what can you
what
say?
can you do? And you know, we're in September. Season's well underway, and second is well on. You know, looking already at the other teams. You know, our competition. 'Cause the first Man City, unless something miraculous happens, looks to me like they're gonna. They might walk everything.
You know what I'm
but-
going to say about City now. Let's just see how they handle these injuries now, because they do have quite a few. And I know they have a massive squad, but at the same time, those squad players are not as good as their fucking first 11. So let's see how they handle getting these few injuries and how they go. I mean, if they keep winning, they'll.
Yeah, all you can do.
Yeah.
I mean,
All you can do is
cliche.
win your
All
own
you can
games
do
and
is
keep
look
going.
after yourself, right? And it looks like, you know, I mean, like Arsenal, right? They haven't started the season that well, but they're sitting on the same points as us.
Yeah.
It shows, you know, there's obviously a really good side there, but it looks to me like, again, this early stage, there's going to be, you know, Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, top 3.
Yeah.
You know, I think Brighton have started well, but I would expect they're going to probably fall away once they get a few injuries kick in. Man United, though. We need to have a laugh about Man United. Did you watch the game against Bayern Munich?
I turned it
Wow,
off. I turned it
yeah.
off after
Oh,
about, I don't know, maybe
that
75
was,
minutes.
the
I missed. How many
worst-
goals did I miss in the end?
It was 4-3,
3. I missed 3 goals in the end.
and it was such a bad game. Like, from Bayern's standpoint as well, Bayern were fucking crap.
Yeah, I was just going to
And
say.
Man United were crapper.
Yeah.
It was... Yeah.
Yeah, they have
It was
massive.
good, but
they
it
have
is
massive
hilarious
issues. Yeah.
how much of a mess Man United continue to be in,
Yeah.
both on the pitch and off the pitch. And then we go to Chelsea, and Chelsea just, you know, after spending $1 billion,
Yeah.
I mean, they look like they need to spend another $1 billion on players. They lack so much.
Yeah, they
And-
nearly. Well, so they have injuries as well, but it looks like, you know.
I don't care. They got injuries. They
they're
spent $1 billion. They
spoiled-
should be able to cope with it.
Yeah, they're spoiled. But
Honestly.
I think Pochettino might be fucking. One of these he might be fucking spoiled for choice, and he's overthinking shit now at this point, and he's just not getting. I don't know, but
Well, he's
it's,
been playing,
It's funny to see two clubs that I don't particularly care for eat some shit is always a bit nice.
I'm happy about
Yeah,
it.
I'm not
Good.
do this. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to lose any sleep
Nah,
over them.
I'm happy.
Poor old Teabag
It's-
is pulling the little hair he has. He's left. He's pulling it out
And
now.
it could be a case of that teams underperformed last season as well, because Man United last season did well.
Yeah.
I mean, they did all right. You know, they did okay, but this season, it's brilliant. It's brilliant what I'm seeing. Long may this continue. May Teabag continue.
Yeah, it's interesting too, though. I suppose.
Bring back Ole.
Oh yeah, all is come
Yeah.
back. Ollie, all is forgiven.
What a
Ole
good
at the
sign.
wheel.
Ole, wow. I mean, there's always great moments, but Ollie at the wheel.
That was
What
one of the
a-
best.
what a song
yeah,
that was.
away to Old Trafford, fucking, and the Liverpool fans giving it fucking big, and Ollie's at the wheel. That was probably the highlight of that season. But anyway,
Good old Manx. All right, back to us. West Ham. Score. What's it going to be?
I'm going to go 2-0 Liverpool.
You think we're going to keep clean
Yes,
sheet?
I really dearly want a clean sheet, a solid. No, it doesn't have to be comfortable, but a solid 2-0 win.
I would.
Keep a
You know,
clean
I
sheet.
would love to have us play really well in the first half, look solid, play really well in the second half. You know, have a 90 minutes where we can not necessarily relax, right? Because you don't never do that during a Liverpool game. You
Yeah.
can sit back and say, "All right, this is good. We're doing well this first half."
Yeah,
It's a 2-0.
I'm going to go 2-0. Yeah, I think West Ham are a good side. I think we're better, and I think we'll handle this Thursday Sunday deal because they played today too.
They did.
I think we'll handle this Thursday Sunday deal better than they will, and I think Klopp will give them a good kick in the arse before they go out on Sunday, and we'll start much better, and we'll put the game to bed early.
All right.
You?
I think it'll be a lot tighter. I mean, it's been notorious and pretty consistent that when you make so many changes on a weekday game, especially a European game, you lose a little bit of rhythm. Even when you bring back like your your first team players for the midfield. West Ham have made a decent start to the season, and they won in their Europa League game today. All that to be said, I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet. I don't think we're there yet. I think it will be tight. I think we will win, and I think it will be 3-2.
Good
I think it
excitement.
will be.
Good
I think it will be an
Sunday
exciting game. 3-2 is what I think. But yeah.
Yeah,
All
look,
right.
and I'm looking for a big double this weekend. Ireland and Liverpool.
Ah, yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a big game for Irish rugby the weekend. So
When is that? What day?
Saturday.
Is it? Saturday.
Saturday, 2 p.m. Austin time.
2 p.m. Austin time.
Yeah, so we'll go to the pub for that and have a few.
Where are you
bevies.
going to watch that?
Down in, I suppose the other Irish pub. I suppose.
The other Irish pub?
We better keep our. We better. Enough said about that.
I know. Oh my god, yeah. Sorry, I got like a fly in my eye and I don't know what's going on.
No,
but
no.
the bugs are out.
It's the time of year
It's
for.
that time of year.
Yeah,
Fucking
it's
weird.
cool down here.
Yeah. Anyway, cheers, Chris. We will wrap it up. Like I said at the beginning, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff,
And comment.
yeah,
Tell us if we're talking shit.
Make some bloody comments.
Yeah,
You
tell
know,
us
whatever
if
you
we're
like. It
talking
doesn't have to be about football.
No.
You know, it could be about like
Anything.
anything. It could be about the Irish.
Yeah,
rugby.
Irish rugby. Yeah. Again, the box.
Yeah.
On
the
Saturday.
box. It could be about your favourite cereal, Weetabix.
Yeah.
What was your favourite cereal growing up?
Oh. Sugar puffs.
Sugar Puffs.
I
Good,
did
weren't
love
they?
a bowl of sugar puffs.
God, I haven't had them in a long time.
Oh, yeah, showing me age now.
Might have to buy them off Amazon or something. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah.
they don't sell them over
Sugar
here.
puffs.
Sugar
Thumbs
Puffs.
up or thumbs down? Let us know in the comments. Come
Yeah. We'll end it there. All right. Cheers.
on. Good luck.
Yeah.